So I've showed you some basic techniques on how to build pizzas the Roman thin crust way, showed you some specific tools to use, but I think it's important to remember that there really are no rules. And the great thing about pizza, no matter what style you're doing, but particularly with this Roman style, is that you can get playful with it. Use different kinds of ingredients. Use things that you would have never thought to put on pizza before, like the egg that we showed, you know. Have fun with eggs. Do other kinds of breakfast pizzas with eggs. Use different kinds of vegetables, raw greens, cooked greens. Really anything that you like eating on a normal basis for dinner or for lunch or even for breakfast, you can find ways to make that fit on a pizza. And that's what I love about this. It's not a super serious food. It's not something that ever is served on a fancy table with linens or fancy service. It's something that's done kind of like the way a New Yorker would treat a hot dog. So, you know, we try to treat it a little more intentionally. We put a lot of thought into the ingredients that we bring into the restaurants to make sure that we're serving the best possible version of Roman pizza that we can. And I would encourage you at home to do the same. Find things that you think are super special in your hometown or from your local farms or from your local market, and then apply them to this sort of Roman canvas, this thin crust pizza. And I think you'll have a lot of success with a lot of different kinds of ingredients on top of it. So let's talk a little bit about the best part, which is eating the pizza and just digging in. Once you've cooked the pizza, I think it's very important to play with all those toppings, the oregano, the cheeses, the chili flake, all those kinds of things that you like to play with. Do them right when it comes out of the oven. So my only real rule is that once the pizza hits the table, all you should be doing is eating. All the playing happens in the oven and right when it comes out of the oven. And then you have to make the decision, are you gonna pick up the pie and eat it with your hands, or are you gonna use the knife and fork? I always opt for using the hands. I just think it just is such a more intimate experience to be able to fold the pie up like this and get a bite. Now, some people will opt to not fold their pie and leave it flat and open. The reason I like to fold it up is I feel like it holds everything in there really nicely. If you can pinch a little bit and so that you know that the cheese is being pulled away. And it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to use a knife and fork. It just feels wrong with such a rustic piece of food like this. Now, we've sliced this pie up right when it came out of the oven into 6 pieces like this with a pizza cutter. But you don't need to do that. You can serve it whole right away. And you still don't even need to use a knife and fork. You could totally just tear apart pieces of it and just go to town like that. But if you insist that you have to use a knife and fork, go for it. That's your prerogative. So thanks so much for joining me for this pizza lesson. Hopefully you picked up some cool techniques on how to build your own Roman thin crust pizza. Play with these techniques, have some fun at home. Can't wait to see what you come up with. I'm gonna go eat this pizza.